How much do you know about, nope. Excuse me. It is on, all right, awesome. Sorry. All right. All right. How much do you know about coffee? Now I ask you this because a lot of you probably drink coffee every day. You know, you need it to subside. You need it to function. You know, you miss your coffee, you have a headache around 10 o'clock, and you're falling asleep in your math class because it's too warm on the third floor of Thompson Hall. Well, my story with coffee started when I was in about the 9th grade. I went to a coffee shop on a Thursday night that hosted an open mic night, and I had a drink called a frozen caramel macchiato. Now, if you don't know what that is, at that shop, it's half a caramel frap with whipped cream and espresso poured over the top. It's fantastic. I suggest you drink it in a circle going up and down. That's the way I do. I don't know. Anyways, you can get it at Starbucks. But that started my journey into my discovery of coffee, right? So from then on, I would go to this coffee shop on Thursday nights, their open mic. I enjoy the music, I enjoy the people. It was a lot of fun. I really got into the culture of the people, and I would play. I started playing guitar around that time, so I was just learning, getting on stage, super nervous. It's a crazy feeling to play music in front of people, especially something you've written yourself. It's one of the most, I would say, intimate experiences. So my story progresses. I worked at McDonald's, and for those of you who don't know or have never worked for McDonald's, McDonald's is hell. I hate my job. Every Saturday, I would work the opening shift, 4:30 to about noon. And when I got off there, one day I decided I was going to go to the coffee shop on a Saturday. I'd never done that before, you know. And I'd get my frozen caramel macchiato another day in the week. And I met this girl. Her name was Grace. And she would make me coffee every Saturday. And I would hang out with her, and I got to know her. I started getting involved with the coffee shop. I actually started volunteering on Saturdays. So I'm going into this coffee shop now that I used to go to once a week. I'm going there on Saturdays. I'm volunteering. I'm sweeping the floors. I'm starting to learn stuff about coffee, learn how to make coffee. And it progressed into a full-time job. I left McDonald's. Now I'm working at this coffee shop. And the exciting thing about this coffee shop is very different, right? So you think coffee shop, you think Starbucks. You think you walk in, you place your order, and then you stand around and you wait for like 15 minutes for a cup of coffee that wasn't that good, in my opinion. But it's different. You come in here, right? The lights are low. There's a bar. I sit on a stool. I greet you when you come in. You want to hang out? We can sit at the bar. We can talk. We can chat. That's my job. My job is to make you coffee and talk to you. And it's awesome because it's right downtown Myrtle Beach. So every once in a while we'll get tourists, but most of the people that go there are people who are from there, who go there on a regular basis. So you have the people who come in, you know their drinks, and you talk to them. So what's exciting about coffee is there's a lot you probably don't know, right? So a coffee bean on its own comes in a fruit, grows in a tropical climate, you know, and it depends where it's from on how it tastes, right? So some people's experience with coffee is pre-ground Folgers on a shelf, right? I can't drink that, or I'll probably throw up. No offense to you if you drink K-Cup coffee. You know, it's very convenient, and if it works for you to get your morning started, it's awesome. I have a grinder in my room, and I have a hot water kettle sitting next to each other. I got two appliances. My roommate doesn't have an appliance. And I grind my coffee right before I make it, and I make it in a little AeroPress. See, coffee can be grown, for example, Ethiopian coffee, right? You say, oh, well, that's from Ethiopia, but it's got citrus undertones. Sometimes it tastes like orange, and the taste profile when you drink it black is really cool. You can make it in different ways. There's pour over, there's Chemex, there's you can just make regular drip coffee, or you can brew it like espresso. So learning all this about coffee and working in this shop, it brought me to a really interesting place, right? So I'm 16 years old. I have a key to this place, and I close. So I'm in this place by myself, running the register, making the drinks, and talking to people. And this is downtown Myrtle Beach. Remember I said we have tourists and we have people who live here. We also have Michael here trying to determine the difference between someone who is crazy or intoxicated, because it's really hard, and I don't even want to make it sound humorous, because this place is a Christian NPO, so their mission there was to reach out to the community, right? So if they're crazy, I want to talk to them. I want to give them a safe place to be. I want to help maybe turn their life around. But if they're intoxicated, they can't be here because they hurt themselves, we get sued, we close, and we can't help anybody, right? So it's a very interesting dynamic to discover the difference between those two people. And sometimes they come in sober and sometimes they come in drunk. So that's a whole nother level on top of that. But it gave me an experience to interact with people on a very personal level. Going from McDonald's, where it's 5 seconds makes a difference between, your sales for that month, and you're looking at numbers on a spreadsheet and customers are a number, to where, I got Tom, comes in, gets a large coffee and 2 shots of espresso, tips me $2 every single time. Even after this price changed, $2 every single time. And that's the kind of thing that makes a difference. That's why I loved it there. Learning how to interact with people in an interpersonal way, not just as a number. It allows you the rare opportunity to talk to people of all walks of life. I talked to people who went to this school for a whole summer. Campus Outreach was in Myrtle Beach. So I got to pick the brains of people from Clemson and the Citadel right next to each other for a whole summer before I decided where I was going to apply. And I think that place gave me the opportunity to get to know people from all ages. I got to know people who were 50. I got to know people who were 16. And it was awesome because they all came together, and it just gave you the opportunity to just get to know people, to be a stranger and ask the questions that they might not tell their best friend. And that is priceless. Thank you.